salvation can be said to cure. Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. Only salvation can be said to cure. Well, thank you all so much for joining me here on Sunday, May the 19th of 2024, and studying A Course in Miracles. We're ready for Lesson 140. We're reading from the 2007 edition, printed by Foundation for Inner Peace. Only salvation can be said to cure. And I'm Miracle Willie, forgiveness teacher from the Ozarks on this cloudy, rainy day. Only salvation can be said to cure. Cure is a word that cannot be applied to any remedy the world accepts as beneficial. What the world perceives as therapeutic is but what will make the body better. When it tries to heal the mind, it sees no separation from the body, where it thinks the mind exists. Its forms of healing thus must substitute illusion for illusion. One belief in sickness takes another form, and so the patient now perceives himself as well. He is not healed. He merely had a dream that he was sick, and in the dream he found a magic formula to make him well. Yet he has not awakened from the dream, and so his mind remains exactly as it was before. He has not seen the light that would awaken him and end the dream. What difference does the content of a dream make in reality? One either sleeps or wakens. There is nothing in between. The happy dreams the Holy Spirit brings are different from the dreaming of the world, where one can merely dream he is awake. The dreams forgiveness lets the mind perceive do not induce another form of sleep, so that the dreamer dreams another dream. His happy dreams are heralds of the dawn of truth upon the mind. They lead from sleep to gentle waking, so that dreams are gone, and thus they cure for all eternity. Atonement heals with certainty and cures all sickness. For the mind that understands that sickness can be nothing but a dream is not deceived by forms the dream may take. Atonement heals with certainty and cures all sickness. For the mind which understands that sickness can be nothing but a dream is not deceived by forms the dream may take. Sickness, where guilt is absent, cannot be, and it is but another form of guilt. Sickness, where guilt is absent, cannot be, for it is but another form of guilt. Sickness is just another form of guilt. Atonement does not heal the sick, for that is not a cure. It takes away the guilt that makes the sickness possible, and that is cure indeed. For sickness now is gone, for nothing left to which it can return. For sickness now is gone, with nothing left to which it can return. Peace be to you who have been cured in God, and not in idle dreams. For cure must come from holiness, and holiness cannot be found where sin is cherished. God abides in holy temples. He is barred where sin has entered, yet there is no place where he is not, and therefore sin can have no home in which to hide from his beneficence. There is no place where holiness is not, and nowhere sin and sickness can abide. God is everywhere, so sin and sickness is nowhere. This is the thought that cures, to know that it's just a dream if you think that you're sick or see someone sick. And let's wake from the dream rather than substitute another dream, which is, some kind of healing therapy that just simply traded one sickness for one dream for another dream. This is the thought that cures. It does not make distinctions among unrealities, nor does it seek to heal what is not sick, unmindful where the need for healing is. This is no magic. It is merely an appeal to truth which cannot fail to heal and heal forever. It is not a thought that judges an illusion by its size, its seeming gravity, or anything that is related to the form it takes. It merely focuses on what it is and knows that no illusion can be real. No illusion can be real. Let us not try today to seek to cure what cannot suffer sickness. Healing must be sought, but where it is, and then applied to what is sick, so that it can be cured. There is no remedy the world provides that can effect a change in anything. The mind that brings illusions to the truth is really changed. The mind which brings illusions to the truth is really changed. There is no change but this. For how can one illusion differ from another but in attributes that have no substance, no reality, no core, and nothing that is truly different? Today we seek to change our minds about the source of sickness, for we seek a cure for all illusions, not another shift among them. We will try today to find the source of healing which is in our minds because our Father placed it there for us. It is not farther from us than ourselves. It is as near to us as our own thoughts, so close it is impossible to lose. We need but seek it, and it must be found. We will not be misled today by what appears to us as sick. We go beyond appearances today and reach the source of healing, from which nothing is exempt. We will succeed to the extent to which we realize that there can never be a meaningful distinction made between what is untrue and equally untrue. Here there are no degrees and no beliefs that what does not exist is truer in some forms than others. All of them are false and can be cured because they are not true. So do we lay aside our amulets, our charms and medicines, our chants and bits of magic in whatever form they take. We will be still and listen for the voice of healing, which will cure all our ills as one, restoring saneness to the Son of God. No voice but this can cure. Today we hear a single voice which speaks to us of truth, where all illusions end and peace returns to the eternal quiet home of God. We waken hearing Him and let Him speak to us 5 minutes as the day begins, and end the day by listening again 5 minutes more before we go to sleep. Our only preparation is to let our interfering thoughts be laid aside, not separately, but all of them as one. They are the same. We have no need to make them different, and thus delay the time when we can hear our Father speak to us. We hear Him now. We come to Him today. With nothing in our hands to which we cling, with lifted hearts and listening minds we pray. Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. And we will feel salvation cover us with soft protection and with peace so deep that no illusion can disturb our minds, nor offer proof to us that it is real. This will we learn today, and we will say our prayer for healing hourly, and take a minute as the hour strikes to hear the answer to our prayer be given us as we attend in silence and in joy. This is the day when healing comes to us. This is the day when separation ends and we remember who we really are. Let's remember ourselves today. Take 5 minutes when you wake, 5 minutes before you go to sleep, and say to yourself, only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to me, Father, that I may be healed. Let that prayer be constantly in your thoughts today as every hour strikes. I have a grandfather clock. When it strikes, I need to remember Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to me, Father, or speak to us. Speak to me, Father, that I may be healed. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. Okay, well, let's be sure to do just that today. And hasten the day when we waken from the dream rather than just rearrange the dream into something that seems like a happier dream. Of course, the Holy Spirit does bring happy dreams, which is nice. The dreams of awakening. The holy instant and the laws of God, in chapter 15, the holy instant. Section 6, the holy instant and the laws of God. So this is the holy instant chapter. Before we go there, what's going on today? Happy Pentecost, 50 days, or 40 days after Easter? Whit Sunday, some people call it. Celebrate your elected officials day. Malcolm X Day. He was an American civil rights. He was a Muslim minister, born on this day in 1925 and was assassinated at Columbia University while he was giving a speech in 1965. May Ray Day. The sun's starting to shine. May Ray Day. Boys Club Day. National Ride a Unicycle Day. Boys like to do that. Everybody could ride a unicycle. Well, everybody that wants to should ride a unicycle today. Plant Something Day. Keep yourself busy working with plants. They're healing in many ways, but since we're on this planet, we've got to eat, so let's learn to grow plants. Stepmother's Day. Always give thanks to those people that have helped raise you or helped teach you anything. So thanks to the stepmothers of the world. World Baking Day and World IBD Day, Inflammatory Bowel Syndrome. And Methley Plum, out of Edible Landscaping, the last of the plums. It's a Prunus salicina. Is that what it is? Salicina, yes. Methley is a Japanese purple-red plum with red flesh that is delicious fresh. Seed adheres to the flesh, so it's a cling. Very productive. Does better than most plums in warmer climates, even Hawaii. The small tree is disease-resistant and a good choice for organic growers. Can produce fruit when planted alone and pollinates other Japanese plums. Space 12-foot circles, zones 5 through 9. And our word for peace, which I've been trying to tell you for 3 days, is in Ukrainian is mir, and in Russian it's actually the way you say it in Ukrainian, it's spelled M-Y-R, and it's M-O, or mower for Ukrainian. And in Russian, it's mir, which is M-I-R instead of M-Y-R, and it's pronounced mir. So a little different pronunciation, little different spelling, but you can certainly see they're both Slavic language roots. Most Ukrainians understand most Russian speech, but most Russians do not understand most Ukrainian speech. That's an interesting tidbit. So now we've got it. Mower for Ukrainian, and mir for Russian. And we'll use one of those when we close. Okay, let's go take a reading or look at the holy instant and the laws of God. It is impossible to use one relationship at the expense of another and not to suffer guilt. And it is equally impossible to condemn part of a relationship and find peace within it. Under the Holy Spirit's teaching, all relationships are seen as total commitments, yet they do not conflict with one another in any way. Perfect faith in each one, for its ability to satisfy you completely, arises only from perfect faith in yourself. And this you cannot have while guilt remains. And there will be guilt as long as you accept the possibility, and cherish it, that you can make a brother into what he is not, because you would have him so. You just want everybody to be themselves. You don't want to make them what you think they ought to be. You have so little faith in yourself because you are unwilling to accept the fact that perfect love is in you. And so you seek without for what you cannot find without. I offer you my perfect faith in you in place of all your doubts, but forget not that my faith must be as perfect in all your brothers as it is in you, or it would be a limited gift to you. In the holy instant, we share our faith in God's Son because we recognize together that He is wholly worthy of it. And in our appreciation of His worth, we cannot doubt His holiness, and so we love Him. Paragraph 3. All separation vanishes as holiness is shared, for holiness is power, and by sharing it, it gains in strength. If you seek for satisfaction in gratifying your needs as you perceive them, you must believe that strength comes from another, and what you gain, he loses. Someone must always lose if you perceive yourself as weak. Yet there is another interpretation of relationships that transcends the concept of loss of power completely. You do not find it difficult to believe that when another calls on God for love, your call remains as strong. Nor do you think that when God answers him, your hope of answer is diminished. On the contrary, you are more inclined to regard his success as witness to the possibility of yours. That is because you recognize, however dimly, that God is an idea, and so your faith in him is strengthened by sharing. What you find difficult to accept is the fact, like your Father, you are an idea. And like him, you can give yourself completely, wholly without loss and only with gain. Herein lies peace, for here there is no conflict. So remember, if you're an idea, you can't lose an idea. If you share an idea with someone, you get to keep the idea, but they get it too, so you doubled it. Well, you're an idea, your identity, you're an idea. So you can share without the fear of loss. In the world of scarcity, love has no meaning and peace is impossible. For gain and loss are both accepted, and no one is aware that perfect love is in him. In the holy instant, you recognize the idea of love in you, and unite this idea with the mind that thought it and could not relinquish it. By holding it within itself, there is no loss. The holy instant thus becomes a lesson in how to hold all your brothers in your mind, experiencing not loss, but completion. From this it follows you can only give. And this is love, for this alone is natural under the laws of God. In the holy instant, the laws of God prevail, and only they have meaning. The laws of this world cease to hold any meaning at all. When the Son of God accepts the laws of God as what he gladly wills, it is impossible that he be bound or limited in any way. In that instant, he is as free as God would have him be, for the instant he refuses to be bound, he is not bound. Paragraph 6. In the holy instant, nothing happens that has not always been. Only the veil that has been drawn across reality is lifted. Nothing has changed, yet the awareness of changelessness comes swiftly as the veil of time is pushed aside. No one who has not yet experienced the lifting of the veil and felt himself drawn irresistibly into the light behind it, can have faith and love without fear. Yet the Holy Spirit gives you this faith, because he offered it to me and I accepted it. Fear not, the holy instant will be denied you, for I denied it not. And through me the Holy Spirit gives it unto you as you will give it. Let no need you perceive obscure your need of this. For in the holy instant you will recognize the only need the sons of God share equally. And by this recognition, you will join with me in offering what is needed. Wow. Paragraph 7. It is through us that peace will come. It is through us that peace will come. Join me in the idea of peace, for in ideas minds can communicate. If you would give yourself as your Father gives His self, you will learn to understand selfhood, and therein is love's meaning understood. But remember that understanding is of the mind, and only of the mind. Knowledge is therefore of the mind, and its conditions are in the mind with it. If you were not an idea, and nothing but an idea, you could not be in full communication with all that ever was. Yet as long as you prefer to be something else, or would attempt to be nothing else and something else together, you will not remember the language of communication, which you know perfectly. Wow, we know the language of communication perfectly. I think that's that telepathy that a lot of those near-deathers come back and talk about. And the last paragraph, 8, in the holy instant, God is remembered, and the language of communication with all your brothers is remembered with Him. For communication is remembered together as is truth. There is no exclusion in the holy instant, because the past is gone, and with it goes the whole basis for exclusion. Without its source, exclusion vanishes. And this permits your source, capital S, and this permits your source, God, and that of all your brothers to replace it in your awareness. God and the power of God will take their rightful place in you, and you will experience the full communication of ideas with ideas. Through your ability to do this, you will learn what you must be, for you will begin to understand what your Creator is and what His creation is along with Him. Okay, well, let's see if we can't close with our song. Be sure to do your 2 5-minute practices, one as soon as you can after you wake up, and one right before you go to bed. And tell yourself only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. And then listen. And then every hour of the day, tell yourself that. And listen. Listen to what only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. And I'm going to include this one sentence that was in our reading today. 2 sentences. Atonement heals with certainty and cures all sickness. For the mind that understands that sickness can be nothing but a dream is not deceived by forms the dream may take. Only salvation can be said to cure. Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. Atonement heals with certainty and cures all sickness. Atonement heals with certainty and cures all sickness. For the mind that understands that sickness can be nothing, nothing but a dream, is not deceived by forms the dream may take. Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. Atonement heals with certainty and cures all sickness. For the mind that understands that sickness can be nothing, nothing but a dream, is not deceived by forms the dream may take. Only salvation can be said to cure. Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. Only salvation can be said to cure. us, Father, that we may be healed. Only salvation can be said to cure. And our word for peace out of Ukrainian is mur, or mower. And our word for peace out of Russian is mir. So, mower be with you, and mir be with you. Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. Mower, mir.